We are live.
Live.
Welcome to the Real Fisherman Show. Tonight we're going to be discussing fishing, of course, and it's fall. It's October now. What's today's date, guys? The 21st?
21st.
21st. So, what's going on, man? I didn't go fishing last weekend. I went out on the water the weekend before last, and it seems like the water temp was 70. I think it was actually still in the upper 70s, which is a very weird thing because you talk to other fishermen, especially bass fishermen, and you can't even get your mouth open, and they're like, "Oh, it's already turning over. It's already turning. It's already the turnover's already happened. It's already turned over." I'm like, dude, the water temp's like 78. I promise you, it hasn't turned over yet. There may be some turnover in some parts of the lake. You're gonna have little mini turnovers here and there, but the turnover, the turnover hasn't happened yet. That's not going to happen for probably on into November.
Don't the water stink? Something changes about the water.
Yes,
Too.
you could smell. You could get a sulfur, like a things decaying type smell because you're getting that water that was on the bottom. Everything's decaying down there. It's robbed of oxygen, and that's what you're smelling. It's death. Everything's turning over, and the cooler water, the top layer that was once warmer is getting cooler and it's becoming more dense and it's sinking down and the water below it is coming up, and before you know it, the water that was on the top is now on the bottom, and the water that was on the bottom is now on the top, and the fish are scattered, and fishing sucks, and nobody likes to fish the turnover because it's tough. But I like to fish the turnover because I don't mind going out there and getting my ass kicked. It's part of it. I like it. Plus, you could say you caught a fish in the midst of the turnover when no one else is catching them. So
Not all lakes turn over at the same time, too. So that's obvious. Some folks probably know that.
mm-hmm.
Pete, so what's up? Give us the deal with the mustache.
Oh, it's a little work thing. Us at work, us pilots, we're kind of playing game amongst ourselves. Who can grow the best stash? So game on, baby.
So Pete's got a stash.
Yeah.
I have a mullet. I don't know if you can see it.
God almighty, I don't know what's worse now.
They're playing.
Hey, at least I could grow one, fellas.
That's nothing to be proud of there.
I got a bald mullet right down the middle.
Yeah, that's I do still have my hair. Unlike our friend down there in the bottom right and the top
No
left.
hair here, baby.
Yeah, we got the bald guys on the corners.
I'm catching up.
Me and Pete's on this way, and you guys are this way.
So,
Yeah, we already have a tournament and call it hair versus no hair.
So Daryl, how are you other than getting Todd Asher to catching all my fish?
Oh, I've just been trying to slipping around a little bit, trying to figure it out. We still were fishing Tennessee till that week, so
What's going on in Tennessee?
Gave it up.
What's happening? Where's the fish, man? What are they doing?
It's been alive. They run the floodgates for 2 weeks at Melton Hill, which was the absolute easy button. There's some really nice fish caught.
Okay, so if it's not near concrete, Daryl doesn't know what's going on. Does anybody else know what's going on?
You didn't see me fishing there, JR. Hold on, you just asked me where the fish was at.
Now,
I know
fishing 500 yards below the concrete is the same thing as fishing the concrete. Come on.
Yeah, I wasn't within miles of any kind of dam. Wes knows where I was at.
I'm just messing with you. We all, if get down to it, we all fish dams. Basically, no matter where you're at on the lake, the fishing's going to be better if they're running water. So, I mean, like you're telling people that making fun of people for fishing the concrete it's like making fun of people that go fishing when there's flow. Like, no. If you're going to talk junk about the concrete, how about you go when there's no flow? Yeah, check the schedule and make sure there's no flow when you go fishing.
Even saltwater fishing, 99% of saltwater fishing is
related. It's tide related, 100%.
You can't catch nothing on a dead tide.
Yeah.
It's all got to do with weather. You know, even our dams. It's for flood control. It's all associated with weather, moon phases, tides. Even like on Lake Norman, if you look at like in the wintertime, Pete, what is it when the wind comes from the west? It's best to fish like
West is best.
well, yeah, but it's best because it blows the warm water up into like Stumpy Creek and Rocky Creek, or as you guys call it, Skippers. And when it's like coming from the north or something, it's best to fish McCreary. Like so, yeah, everything's based on weather. It's
Yeah.
What kind of
Earth.
weather you gonna have for the Open, Pete?
What's that?
What kind of weather you gonna have for the Open?
I am not going to fish the Open. The Open is going to be next weekend, and I can't do it. I got to work that Thursday, and I'm off Thursday night, but I can't make that drive down there and jump on
Did
the
you
boat.
fish?
Friday
Did
morning.
you fish the Rumble?
I did not. Nope.
I thought
So
what kingfish tournament did you fish?
I was going to fish the U.S. Open, but they canceled it because of the storm, and
Oh.
I thought it was a bad idea. It was a bad decision. The first day, the Friday, was nasty, but that Saturday, the fish were biting. I mean, there was some fish caught, and it wasn't that bad, really. So, you know, it all comes down to what makes them more money. You know, whether they fish the actual that weekend where the storm just went up the coast, or push it back another weekend where they're still not sure if the weather's going to be great for that weekend too. So you never know.
So when do they typically have the Open?
The first Saturday in October.
Okay. They're probably going to have to end up pushing that forward. It's this weather we're having the first week of October just gets warmer and warmer and warmer every year.
It does. You're right.
It's 85, 90 degrees the first week of October. So I mean it's inevitable. They're going to have to push that up.
But the problem with pushing it is there's so many other tournaments every weekend after that. So you're encroaching in someone else's set weekend. It's an unwritten rule. You got one weekend's the U.S. Open, next one's a ball brawl.
It just means smaller fish are going to win the tournament. Really,
Yeah.
That's all it really comes down to.
That's it.
Just like on
every tournament, someone's going to luck into that big one. It doesn't matter whether it's striper tournament, bass tournament.
If they're
Someone's
cheating,
gonna find something. Yeah, good.
if they're that's when the cheaters win.
Shit.
Yeah, they go. How is there a limit on how far you can go out?
There are limits, yes.
Yeah, if somebody comes back and if the water temp's in the 80s and somebody comes back with a smoker, they went out past the limit.
No, not always true.
Well, not always true, but you could 100% make a case that it's probable.
I think during the now is it the Open or the Rumble that you can't go past the Georgetown hole? You can.
That is, I want to say it's the Rumble. The U.S. Open, you can't go below Merle's.
Okay.
Look, if you're on Lake Norman, let's say that we have the big hybrid tournament in September, and you go up into or the first week of October, and let's say you go up into a back of a creek, and there's nothing back there but threadfin like that aren't even an inch long, like just absolutely tiny threadfin that obviously were from a spawn that they had like in July, because they're absolutely tiny, and there's nothing feeding on them back there but a handful of brim and maybe some 12-inch spotted bass. There's no bigger fish feeding on those back there that time of year in that water temp. They don't have the thermal tolerance to go back there and do that. I'm not saying there's not an anomaly or a rogue, but the chances of that happening in a tournament where there's only 100 anglers or however many anglers are, if somebody brings back a fish to the scale and they say they caught it in the back of a creek, which is basically equivalent to y'all's restrictions in that Open, then they're probably lying. They probably went out further. And I'll dig my heels in on that. But
So
moving
how far
on.
can they go straight out, Pete?
Straight out, I don't think there's a limit, but there's a long line north and south that they can't pass. That kind of goes across. They can go out offshore as far as they want.
And if you look around and no one is in sight, hammer down. Who's gonna catch you?
I think you should stick to freshwater fishing, JR.
Oh my God, I could kick your ass with one hand tied behind my back. You ain't got nothing on me out there, boy.
Your mullet's talking. Shh.
I'll tell you, I never really understood the appeal to kingfishing until me and Scott Perry and JR, we were bottom fishing and we were getting the rods up.
That's
And
a good story.
Yeah, JR had put a rod out, and I forgot it. It looked like some kind of fucked up trash fish to me. Had about 20 different colors on it, but it was still living. But
Pete
JR
knows all about this story
Huh?
because he's the one that told us to do this. But
Yeah.
I already knew about this and how to do this, but we probably wouldn't have done it had Pete not reminded me that we should do that. And go ahead, finish the story, Wes. But yeah, this was Pete knows it all too well.
So we had the boat against the current, and JR pitched that bait out there and let the current, and it was out there maybe 40, 50 yards, and just letting it drop. It wasn't going to the bottom because in 150 foot of water. And we started getting the boat up, and I was hosing the boat down, and we forgot about it. We were getting rods up, and it was in the tower rod holder. Listen, that son of a bitch went off, and I could have swore it was a wahoo, just the way it hit. I mean, and that drag was set hard. It wouldn't set like 3 pounds of drag like they usually do for kingfish. And Pete, I mean, it was screaming. Well, anyway, moral of the story: 35-pound kingfish.
I think it was 30. Was it 35? I thought it was 38.
Maybe 38.
It was huge. Yeah,
it was
huge.
It was a tournament-winning kingfish.
Yeah.
And to this day, I still feel bad about that. I got so excited, I reached up there and got the rod, and I should have handed it to Scott because it was kind of Scott's trip. I wanted to take Scott out, and I wound up catching that whole fish. And then after about halfway through, I said, "Here, Scott, I'm sorry, man. Here, you want to follow Scott?" I said, "Nah, fuck it. You got the good out of him now."
I gotta give Scott hell. I see him chatting right here. Bring him on the show. He went out there to Dustin. He took his boat out there offshore where they're catching tuna on the damn pier that whole entire week.
Yeah, he don't want to come on. He knew he was going to talk shit.
Well, listen, when you go on fishing trips with your wife, you have to compromise. You do things like you go shopping and you go sunset cruises, and you're not really fishing. Let's face it.
Quit kissing ass, JR.
Let's face it. And
That's
you guys
right.
all have.
That's right.
Like we have a friend, Lacey, our buddy Lacey, and he's like everybody's wife when we go on fishing trips. Like it's like pulling teeth to get the guy to. He don't have it in him. He don't want to be out there. He doesn't want to suffer. He doesn't look at fishing the same way we do. He just doesn't. It just doesn't love it, and it's tough. It's like having to compromise with a woman when you go with him. And a lot of guys are like that. They're fair weather fishermen. They want to go when it's right for them, and not me. I want to suffer.
Let's back up a minute. Scott Perry's wife is a beast. She's
she's a beast, and I'm not saying she can't fish. I'm just saying she doesn't love it like we do. Like Spivey's wife, she can outfish me. Like you put a flick tail in that woman's hand, she's kicking my ass every time. But she's still wonderful lady. I love his wife to death. I'd do anything for her in the world, but she just doesn't have it in her like we do. We have that manly hunter-gatherer, that instinct is just in us, and there's nothing we can do about it. We have to
laughing over there.
we have to be out there. Now Daryl is kind of like the metrosexual version of that. He hangs out up at the concrete, which is pretty close to being that primitive instinct that I'm referring to. But
I do my best to fish where the fish are at. I don't see any need unless I'm looking to really
but the fish, but the big
not
fish,
at.
but the big
That's not
fish
a
aren't
count.
schooled up, Daryl. Fishing where the fish are at, that's a recipe for small fish. You're catching cooler size fish. You're meat fishing.
JR, have
We're
you
gonna put
seen me at the
smiles on people's
concrete one
faces.
time in 2025 with the concrete in my back? Even once have you seen me say, "We back again at the concrete"?
Listen,
Just answer me.
you're fishing
You haven't
Tennessee,
saw me, brother.
okay?
Daryl, tell him why. Tell him why.
I've been chasing big fish.
Yeah, but
You're fishing the
tell him
greatest freshwater fishery on the East Coast.
Tell him who you're chasing big fish with, Daryl.
What do you mean?
Oh, come on now.
Oh, my hero? Yeah.
Yeah.
Who we talking about?
You talking about my championship partner?
TA. He's talking about TA.
Still gloating. Anyways, Wes, a little bit ago, you asked what's the appeal to kingfishing. That's a good question. It's like you can kingfish in the spring, summer, get a couple bites, man, but there's something about that damn fall fishing that just keeps someone going back time and time again if you ever experienced it. I mean,
Yeah.
it's
The
like,
first time I ever went offshore was that trip, and I mean, I was hooked. We caught
Yes,
so many kings, and then sometimes.
All right, Daryl, let Pete finish. Let's stop
Okay.
interrupting each other.
It's absolutely insane. You go there in the right time, man. You can't even put 2 rods out because they're hitting it so fast. You put that bait out there and wham, or one skyrockets, it clears a T-top, about 20 feet in the air. I mean, it's exciting in the fall. I mean, you don't get that any other time. It's just the fall bite that's just unreal.
Well, what you're talking about, some top water. Are you talking about fresh water or salt water? You're talking about the king fishing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You
Okay.
can go out there, you can catch, a bunch of 10, 15, 18-pound fish, and that 135, 40-pounder will surprise you, So that's your best time to get a big one as well.
I really thought that was a wahoo. You asked her, I was jumping up now. I said, God damn, a wahoo hit out here. We wasn't even moving. It blew my mind. He smoked that reel. Smoked it.
Yeah.
Fish the rumble in the jungle.
I get beat up too because I always say it, but I love smoked kings.
It's good.
I love them.
I like fresh grilled king, to be honest with you.
Brad Shuda said, so what bait are y'all using? If I'm fishing right now, Shuda, I'm fishing whatever size bait that I'm marking and I'm seeing. If I'm looking for, a lot of times I'll shoot up into a creek, and if I won't even use my graph. If I see a flicker and I know there's bait there, because if you see a flicker, there is a huge school of bait where you saw that flicker just about every time. And I'm going to go fish deep water that is close to that flicker, or shallow water that was close to that flicker that's in close relation to deep water. That's probably where I'm going to start.
I got a question for all 4 of y'all.
Three of us.
When we're on, when we're fishing pound like Hartwell, Russell, lakes, impoundments, most of the people I see are either at the mouth or the back of a fucking creek. I don't never see people fishing out in the middle of any lake. Did the fish just not hang out in deep water? Did they not hang out in the middle of the lake? Did all the fish just hang in 10% of the lake? I've never seen nobody fishing in the middle of a lake. Never, ever, ever, ever. Unless it was somebody didn't know what the fuck they were doing. Everybody's in the back of a creek or the mouth of a creek.
Well, the mouth of a creek is the entryway into that creek. And we know that fish move into the creeks, like especially this time of year as that water continues to cool and drop. They're going to start congregating into the creeks. So the mouth is an excellent place to go, because they're not all going to go into the creeks at the same time. They're going to be large waves of fish moving in and out of that creek mouth. So the mouth is an excellent time. That's one reason you see a lot of guys fishing the mouth.
Bait's all over the lake. I've marked bait in 150 foot of water.
It is, but the bait will start to migrate toward the creeks, because as the water cools and as you get more oxygen due to the cooling water, and then you get a front that comes in and you get some rain, and it changes the levels of oxygen. It puts nutrients in the water. You got the shad feeding on the microorganisms in there because of it, and it just it's a forage triggering chain reaction that's going on, and that's why you got those fish in those creeks. You got everything from the plankton to the fish that are feeding on the plankton. Like I said, I saw the threadfin up in the back of the creek a couple weeks ago, and they weren't even the size of half your pinky, and they're the small spots are back there feeding on them, and those shad are feeding on plankton. Those threadfins spawn back there. You got all kinds of stumps and brush and rocks and all kinds of material back there for those eggs to stick to. And when those eggs hatch and when those fry are extremely young, there's plenty of plankton back there due to everything I just said, and it's they stay back there. So there's always food there. And then as the thermal tolerance, as the water temp drops, and the fish that doesn't have as high of a thermal tolerance as the smaller fish, they get to start coming back there and feeding on them too. But I think things are designed that way. You don't see the big fish in the backs of the creeks right now because it's not comfortable for them. And I think God made it that way for a reason, because if it was, they'd go back there and wipe out they'd wipe out the spawn. They'd wipe out they wouldn't even become fingerlings. They would be so tiny. They would just devour them. So there are times during the season when you mark a lot of bait and you don't see any big fish feeding on them, because they're not comfortable back there, whereas the bait fish they're comfortable, so they're safe and there's plenty of food.
Lee Huffman said, on a side note, that mustache is pretty solid, Pete.
That's right.
That's a solid mustache, dude.
Yeah.
Solid
Good
stash.
playing.
Stash game is strong. I got it.
And Wes, while you're still in the bed during the summer months, people
Yeah.
are fishing the middle of the lake in a lake, but they're already gone from there by the time you get up
Well, buddy, years
because of
ago, I used to believe it or
because of the
not,
boaters.
but
I'm
I
just
used
saying,
to.
you see a lot of people in Tennessee on the lake, right out in the middle of nowhere. They just mark some fish, probably next to the travel channel, the deepest water there, and they're downlining anything that's in the middle. So
Well, I used to get up at 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning. I used to open Lake Cartwheel Outdoor Center up. I'd be out there at daylight. Every big fish I've caught in my career never come at no 7 or 8 o'clock in the fucking morning. Never, ever.
Well, let me ask you this: what about
Ever,
schooling
ever,
fish? What
ever,
some people call
ever.
it jump fishing, schooling, top water, like when stripers, like on Lake Murray, when guys start throwing the ice fly with the bucktail, and it happens on Hartwell, it happens on Ireland, it happens on what's that, Wateree. Guys start doing that, like September, October. That's a morning bite.
Yeah.
If you want to go get on that.
I've seen that bite on Murray, and you never know whether it was white bass, striped bass, or largemouth bass in the middle of the lake, just go to busting stuff up. It's famous for that. Everybody running around chasing birds.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That happens in some of Tennessee lakes too. They're just like most places. It's not fishable after the early mornings because of all the boat traffic.
Ask Todd Smith how many big fish he ever caught at daylight, and he'll tell you 0.
I think
Todd Smith is not out there at 6 or 7 o'clock in the morning either.
the boat traffic is a huge contributing factor.
I asked Todd Smith about that. You know why, Wes? Because he never fished during the day. He hid. He told me he hid from every SOB.
Yeah, but Todd,
he told me
that
he fished at night.
Fish.
I
Yeah,
tell you, I got more. I thought about Todd this weekend because when I went up there and got that bait tank that you had sold him, he showed me his setup.
Yeah.
And how and I know most of all the time he was fishing by himself. How he put them 2 gigantic trebles in the middle of the night in all of those skipjack and never. I don't know. I'm sure he took a hook in the hand. I didn't ask him that, but I'm telling you, that's respectful.
Yeah.
Well, you have light, Daryl. You're not out there. You're not fishing in the dark without a light.
Yeah,
you got to have light to see.
I just done it, JR. I'm telling you, those treble hooks is mean to get in them, bro.
Yeah, but a treble hook can get you in the daytime too.
Oh yeah, but I'm just saying, you know yourself, things get about 10 times as dangerous at night.
Yes.
Pretty much so. I mean, to me, they do. I mean, because I never try to light enough light to light up the whole world. If you're trying to fish, you try to keep it.
Stinger hooks are for beginners and people that don't know how to catch fish with one.
Well, I mean, but when you're fishing an 18-inch
exactly. It depends on how large of a bait you want to fish.
Then you use a bigger hook.
It ain't gonna work on I mean, every striper doesn't swallow. I mean, not saying they can't. They don't make a.
Even the biggest hook is you're still only looking at like 3 inches. If you're using a 15-inch bait, do the math. What's 15 minus 3? That's how much bait you have after the hook.
You know what treble hooks do?
You arguing with yourself, Wes, because Todd run 2 treble hooks.
Yeah.
How many big fish did he catch?
Treble hooks are good for killing fish and
well, listen, if we're referring to Tennessee fishermen, my God, they're fishing in the Mecca. Yeah, of course they've caught big fish. Of course they have a portfolio of holding up big fish. Of course, any fisherman that was worth his weight in salt would have a portfolio of huge fish if they was born and raised and fished Tennessee their whole life. Kidding me?
But Tennessee, listen, everybody's got their thoughts about Tennessee, but Tennessee is just not the quote easy button. Because I went to Tennessee many a times and stayed 4 or 5 days and got one bite.
It's not the easy button if you live out of state, but if you live there, it is the easy button. Just to take off on a weekend on a whim and go try to fish some Tennessee water.
I went up there with Todd Asher and fished 2 or 3 days and didn't catch a fish.
But I'll say this, and I've heard it said on this show before. If you can consistently catch a striped bass 2 out of 7 days a week in North Carolina during the prime time, spring and fall, you can catch fish in Tennessee.
100%.
1,000%.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, if it was sports betting,
North Carolina's tough.
If it was sports betting and I had my choice of fishermen, and we had Wes on there and Pete on there and Daryl on there and and what's the guy's name that fished? Todd, both Todds on there. All of your Billy, all of your Tennessee guys, Cooper, all of them, every one of them. And I could put a $10 bet, and the North Carolina bet with the odds it would pay more. My money's going on the North Carolina guys. I'm picking one of you guys over them because, especially if it wasn't Tennessee. Let's say it had to be a neutral state, and we took Tennessee striper fishermen and North Carolina striper fishermen, and we took them out to the West Coast, and we put them on a reservoir out on the West Coast that had stripers. My money's going on the North Carolina guys because it's harder. We've had to become better, more resilient.
Y'all are not South Carolina striper fishermen. You put striper fishing South Carolina, North Carolina, we bypass y'all.
You guys are good too, but the Catawba chain is tough, Wes.
Yeah,
the Catawba chain.
South Carolina boys are good because of how many dang fish they got in those damn legs. That's the thing.
You take guys like David Clubb and all these striper fishermen from North Carolina that were guides and made a living striper fishing on the Catawba chain. Those are some damn good fishermen.
But there again, you got to know the water you're on. You know, it helps to know the water you're on. I don't care where you're at.
Now, wait a minute. There is a caveat to that. I'm not talking about the guys that only guide in the spring and go up the river and catch like stripers up when they're spawning. That's not what I'm talking about.
Hey, I do that. Mind your business. Or used to.
I was referring to Lee Huffman on that one.
Lee can catch him when he puts his mind to it. There's no doubt about it.
Yeah. I'm just saying he does it. He does it in the spring. Yeah, he wears them out. He's a great fisherman, but he hits the easy button for sure.
So let's talk fishing around here. Y'all been fishing around here in Lake Norman? Anything?
I haven't. I'm about ready to hit some crappie though, and maybe High Rock or down your way at Baden.
They're chewing. The striper are biting pretty good on Baden Lake. Hint, hint. I'm not posting on Facebook. I'm not posting nothing here lately, but they're chewing pretty good.
Isn't Baden? I've never fished Baden. Isn't it a really good lake?
Last week before the storm, there's been some surface action too. Some good topwater bites. But it's been primarily a sunset bite.
I see. I always heard that Baden was a really good lake.
It kind of comes and goes.
Would you say that it's better than Norman for fishing?
Man, you know what? It's a good question. I don't know. Last year, not really. Year before that, not really. Prior to that, maybe. But I mean, at least there's striper up to 10 pounds there versus a 4-pound hybrid. You know, so
right.
Yeah, you got a shot at a teenager in Baden.
There have been. I can confirm. Last week, there's been some 12 and 13s caught. So they're doing a lot better now.
There is,
Chris Layton said anywhere in North Carolina is a gravy train.
And you'd probably like it, JR, because there's a lot. Every striper trip I do on Baden, I always hook a 30+ pound blue. There's some gigantic blue that love to hit on my planer board.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. You know what I would like to do? I would like to go to the Outer Banks, like Cape Lookout, and like camp on the beach and redfish. It's something I've never done that I would love to do. That'd be something like we could get a guys trip up and just go pitch a couple tents and rough it.
Man, fuck
for
that.
a couple days.
Fucking tent. Fuck,
Why not, dude? You're like Lacey. Wes is like Lacey.
Fucking Daniel Boone and shit.
Hey, just thinking about that, I'm slapping my ankles right now for all those damn no-see-ums.
Yeah, fuck that.
What is there a lot of no-see-ums on at the Outer Banks?
Oh, absolutely, yeah. Those damn mosquitoes and stuff.
Oh, okay.
Hey, speaking of red fishing, I knew, I'd caught a few redfish, but I went on a guided trip last year, and I don't know if you guys have ever watched or heard of the series Outer Banks. This guy's name's James Lavenway, and he is the director for all of their on-water shooting. But he's also a guy down there in Charleston. James Long hooked me up with him. Dude, this guy's a beast. And we were cut baiting. I didn't realize you could cut bait and fish the same way we fish for striper, for redfish. Dude, we were catching 35 and 40-pound redfish in South Carolina and Charleston. It just blew my fucking mind. I didn't know we had that type of redfish in South Carolina. Yeah. It's good as anywhere.
I can't believe more striper fishermen don't redfish because they look like a striper. They're
There's a
streamlined
ton.
like
They
a striper.
fight. They'll fight you to the
They
boat.
fight
They're-
harder than a striper. Yeah.
Oh yes,
All the
most
guys
definitely.
that I fish a yakking with go down there in October. I mean, we
They
got.
skipped it
I
this
don't
year.
doubt you hadn't got it good, West, but we got it world class. I mean, like 50 inches almost every trip. They sit out
Where
there
at?
with Cup Mullet, North
Where at?
Carolina.
Yeah, that's what we were using, cut mullet.
They do it all over the coast. So, like right before, my buddy was telling me, when that hurricane comes in, it's some of the very best fishing because where it pushes a lot of stuff out, it pushes the redfish up onto the beaches. Where
Yeah.
then, like JR said, you'll see red fishermen out there when there ain't nobody out there but a surfer trying to catch a 6 or 8 foot North Carolina wave, and they're out there with a surf rod because it pushes the redfish in. But
Yeah.
normally they'll catch them on, inside of cuts and stuff like that. But I mean, they catch some giants. There's some
Oh, well.
giants. I'm sure Pete saw some of them. There's been some giants caught this year. It was
Hey,
a really,
here we
really
go.
good year for it in October.
Yeah.
I mean, the 1st of October.
So I've caught my
And
fair
the
share
end
of
of
red drop.
September.
It's like anything else. Like, so I've caught so many over the years that it hasn't excited me anymore. So I don't intentionally go out there targeting them. But I mean, I can't disagree with you guys. They do fight hard. They can be fun to catch, but it's just not my style.
I believe I'd take a redfish over a kingfish. I've caught both, but those redfish are.
What does Scott talk? Learn how to type, Scott. What are you even trying to say? I would rather go to a no kings rally than fish North Carolina for stripers. That's the latest like political thing. Yeah, we don't do politics on this
That's
show.
rough.
Yeah, I
there,
know what you're
Scott.
talking about.
That's rough.
Yeah.
I know what you're talking about.
But
Sometimes
yeah,
you got to do what you got to here, Scott. If we got these waters, we got fish. We're not.
Yeah, we
Make
don't
more
have a
money.
drive-through bait center either for all y'all South Carolina. Oh, we can fish. Can any of y'all throw a net?
yes.
I can throw the hell out of a net.
I
I said
said
South Carolina.
It's
Remember they
not
got the
pretty, but I can
drive-through-
throw the hell out of it.
They got the drive-through bait shop where for $20 2 days. I mean, I
Well,
wouldn't throw a net
Well,
either.
okay, well,
I'm
let
just
me ask you
saying.
this. Okay, so you're hating on our bait shop, but that
No,
gives us
I'm just mad
that
because we
gives
don't
us
have one.
that gives
You're
us
jealous,
more
man.
We got one like an hour away. It's technically in South Carolina. It's Jamie K's, but my God, dude, he's got it in like a. I ain't gonna talk. I'm not. It's not.
That's a long way
It's
from
not Lake
here.
Hartwell Outdoor Center. Let's put it that way.
If I had a bait shop that I could probably do that with, I'd probably live bait fish versus troll artificial.
Yeah,
But I just got to do what I got to.
Oh my God.
Oh, Pete, I
You
thought I heard
guys.
you say one time that you would take artificial bait over live bait any day.
Almost any day.
Oh,
Almost any
almost. Oh, okay.
I won't take it in the spring. I promise.
He has
you.
a mustache now. He's definitely using live bait.
Hey, JR, now see if you can help me remember this. You may not remember because, of course, some of us get convenient amnesia.
Uh-huh.
But we were talking about boats one night, and
Uh-huh.
Pete told me the first thing you never do is go offshore with one motor. So I was aggravated.
That's ridiculous. Why not? Why not?
I've never said that. I've never said that.
Well, I was aggravated. Well, okay, that one motor goes out, you're fucked.
No,
Yeah,
you're
well,
not fucked. You're not fucked.
Listen. I've done it. I've done it a bunch. Why not? Why? That would be like saying, don't cross the road because there's a chance you get hit by a car.
But yeah, you can see if a fucking car's coming. You can't see if one
Well,
of
you
that motor
can-
breaks down or
You
not.
can, well,
I mean,
you
come
can,
on,
both
man,
your
let's
motors
be
can break
real.
down.
I mean,
If
don't-
one
don't-
breaks down, they both can break down.
Well,
You can
no,
break.
no,
You could get a
that's
hole in.
fair.
You could hit a floating container
That's fair.
out there and put a hole in your hole
But
below
your
the water
chances
line and
getting
sink
back
in
to-
within
your
10
chances
seconds. Be
Hey,
gone.
Getting
Hey,
back
hey,
to
Wes.
50% better with two motors than it is
Wes,
zero
Wes,
with
let me-
one motor.
Let me
Well,
ask.
Wes, all you got to do is you ought to know better than anybody. Just call the Coast Guard.
Let me
They'll
ask
come
a question
save you.
real quick. Let me ask a question real quick, Wes. What
Yes,
does
you
that
got
little
some
red
money.
button do on the EPIRB? You found
It's
out
free.
once.
Yeah.
Wes, I saw Johnson on your boat that you had on one motor in the Clinch River. Guess how fast that boat would run on one motor?
Probably about 20 miles an hour, maybe.
7 miles an hour.
Yeah.
7 in still water, no current. He
You know
couldn't
why?
believe it either. It would not plane off, and it just
Now,
it
wait a
looked
minute.
like
Now,
a killer coming up the river.
which motor was he using now? And I asked this for a reason.
Oh, I ain't got a clue. He was dumb enough to run the bait tank off of one and killed the battery where the motor wouldn't even run right. So.
If you're using your port motor, that prop, it's actually turning opposite of your starboard motor, and it's not going to give you nowhere near the speed that your port motor will.
I'm just telling you what he told me. I was like, well, what
Counter rotating.
Yeah,
If they ain't big enough to put the boat on plane, why have to?
And just I'll go and add that I don't want to brag or anything, but I am looking at bigger boats right now with two.
Look,
So
I tell you what, y'all go
Your boat rides like shit, Pete.
it does not.
Your Cape
like
Horn
shit.
rides like shit.
No,
No, that boat actually
It's
runs
pretty.
no,
It's
it rides really
pretty.
good.
It's got a big fancy 300 Yamaha on it or whatever,
I
but
think,
it
you
rides
was a
like
bit-
shit.
I think you're a bit top heavy at that time. When you
Listen, listen. Wes's boat rode like a damn dream. It rode way better than your Cape Horn.
Everyone's ever been in my boat said this is the smoothest.
My boat rides better than your Cape
on their
Horn.
boat
Your
it's
Cape
ever
Horn
been.
is you sure that's not a bay boat? That's a bay boat.
That's all right. It's,
And you go hammer
you know,
down
like the ride,
too.
You ain't got to come back.
Golly, you little.
No, Pete did go hammer down. Now
He goes hammer down.
We
He's
got out there to
Pete's
fish.
little 5'10" butt, daggone legs spread, shoulder length apart, like sturdy as a damn stump, just wide open throttle out there.
Now he ain't lying about that.
Yeah, we got out there quick.
Yeah, he's not. You ain't chilling.
Well,
You're not out there to chill. You're out there to catch fish.
well, boys, it's been a good show.
Has it been an hour yet? Has it?
No.
Yeah, we still got a little. We still got a little time. Oh, don't worry, we're ending it in an hour.
Hey, JR is drinking liquor tonight. We might be on this motherfucker 2 hours.
God damn. Be right
I
back.
start talking too much shit now. Well, I might.
So
So
when's your next fishing trip, Daryl? JR?
Oh, I'm supposed to be in South Carolina Friday, but I don't think I'm gonna make it. I got a
What
lot
are you coming down here
accident.
to?
Santee Cooper.
Are you striper fishing?
Tournament?
Cat fishing?
No.
Who fishing with
Crappy.
Bill Cole?
Crappy.
I don't think I'm gonna make it. I got a broke foot, so
You
Really?
got a broke foot. Oh no.
Damn.
How'd you do that?
fractured foot. It's a
I
long
just had
story.
one of those. I feel
It
your
didn't
pain,
involve
brother.
drinking, but it's a long story.
Oh boy.
It did not involve drinking, so
Who was you
Well.
coming to Santee with, Doug?
no guy I fish in Kentucky all the time with.
Oh.
We was gonna fish with Kevin Davis.
Hey, boy, there's a lot of crappie caught out of them lakes, too. Santee, you don't hear a lot of people talk about them, do they? There's some huge crappie in that lake.
Man,
Huge
I'm gonna
crappie.
tell you, talking about crappie, man, you know, obviously you know there, Daryl, but man, Baden Lake is up and coming as a big crappie lake,
I
man.
saw the fish you caught last year, so
Dude.
I haven't crappie.
Man,
I'm the world's worst crappie fisherman because I never do it. So
if
that's
you
the
want
reason
to
I
give it a
was saying
try, you know, Baden
that's the
Lake,
reason I
I
told
like
you I wanted
Daryl,
to give
I
it a
feel your
shot
pain, Daryl.
for my lives cup, but I'm telling you, I just never do it, and I am the world's worst at finding them. It's
Yeah.
horrible.
Bro, I'm gonna tell you right now, Baden Lake. Wait till we get this really good cool down. Baden Lake is unique, man, because like any other lake, they pull off brush and they'll, you know, go in pairs, threes, fours, and they'll, you know, roam the lake. But on Baden Lake, you get these schools of a couple hundred just suspended in the middle of the damn lake, just sitting there, and they won't move, you know. And you just stand spot lock, 20 feet away from them and pick them off one by one.
Check this out.
And I'm talking about toads that they're all pound and a half fish or better.
What is that, Joe? Okay,
I told Daryl I know his pain.
Did you break your foot in that?
Yep.
Dumbass.
You gotta
Damn.
drive a boat.
damn.
Yeah, I'm walking on mine, but that's about it.
Yeah, I had to go to the doctor. I was out of work for 15 days. I had to wear an orthopedic boot. I fractured my heel.
Hey, guys, y'all see this guy? I don't know if you know him or not. Clinton, Maine.
Yeah.
Clinton, Maine catches a lot of big striper. I don't know where he fishes. I've never really asked him. I sold him a bait tank is how I met Clinton. Clinton, Maine is a beast when it comes to striper fishing. I wish I could put some of his pictures up here.
He
And when
won.
I say it,
They won the series last year. I told him we was coming for him.
yeah, Clinton and his buddy, they're great fishermen, and they catch big fish. I don't know where they fish at. Last picture I seen he put on Facebook, he had 3 bait tanks in the back of his truck. So he's hard at it.
Yeah, they
Chris.
were up. They come and followed me around after the week after I left.
Oh hell,
Todd gave it up. I've been giving him hell about it ever since.
Clint, if you don't mind, not asking you where to fish, but what state are you fishing in? Are you in South Carolina? Well, I know you're not in South Carolina. You got to be. You're either in Tennessee.
I'm going to say Tennessee.
Or in Alabama.
Well,
He
Corey
fishes
Martin
Georgia a
knows him.
lot. There's some good
Corey
fishing
Martin,
in
South
Georgia.
Carolina boy, ain't he?
Yeah.
Yeah, probably fishes Hartwell.
Yeah.
They catch some
Corey's
nice
cool.
fish everywhere they go. I'll give him that. He's a good fisherman.
Tennessee, shocker.
Corey and Chris Hovis, they see eye to eye. They're both about 4.5 foot tall.
Yeah. Did y'all see that video of Chris or Hovis and Shane fishing with some guide in Tennessee? And Chris was like acting a fool, like trying to like hit the fish with the net, just acting like an idiot. Did y'all remember seeing that?
Yeah, that's when he's fishing with Bucky.
Yeah. What was up with that, man?
I
Why are
mean,
you acting like that, Hovis?
I might have. I don't know. I might have seen the video some time ago, but that's no different than the Hovis I used to see.
My goodness. Corey Martin, calm down, guy. Keep your LMS under control.
What'd he say? Oh, shot me a bird. Damn.
Oh boy. All right, so you guys are getting old, huh? You got
You're
Daryl with
really
the broke
old.
foot. You got Pete with the stash. Wes is kind of in
I'm
between.
just not
Hey,
motivated.
listen, I went for a sleep. Now y'all listen to me real. You remember this? I went to a sleep study Sunday night, and the technician said she can't. She said I'm not a doctor, so I'm not really allowed to tell you your results and whatever. But she said I could tell you this: you're going to be coming back to be fitted for a CPAP. So anyway, with that being said, if this CPAP helps me sleep, and I feel like I used to feel, I'm going to buy a boat and start fishing again.
I knew that was coming.
The reason I really sold my boat, dude, I feel like shit. And, when I get up in the mornings, I'm only sleeping 4 or 5 hours a night at most. And then that 4 or 5 hours, I'm waking up 2 or 3 times, can't breathe. My sleeping is just bad. I snore when I snore. I don't know if anybody's listening. Daryl, I don't know if you've ever been around me. I know JR.
God almighty, I hear you snoring that one time. Son of a bitch.
Yeah. And I, and it's just been like that for the last year and a half. That's the reason I quit. I sold my boat. I just don't feel like getting up in the mornings and keeping bait and loading the boat and unloading the boat and all the driving. And
I hear a lot of people say that it really, really helps them West. My only problem with that is I've never met not even one single person who did a sleep study who didn't end up saying that they needed a CPAP. There's never been a single person took one.
Well, I got a buddy.
Hey, not recommending it.
Scotty Cannon did a sleep study. They told him that he wasn't really a candidate for it.
Really? That's the first one I ever heard of.
Yeah.
So
it's an industry. It's a business. Yeah, they're definitely making money.
Have you ever taken any like melatonin or anything?
No.
Sleep? No.
I don't take no kind of drugs whatsoever. No.
Brown liquor for me, baby.
Brown, yeah. Give it a try,
I'll
man.
tell you.
Seriously, might just pop you one little gummy. It's not a drug. It's just like a Tylenol almost.
Evan Williams, bottled in bond.
I might do one per month. That's it. But man,
Make sure you mix it with a non-caffeinated beverage soda.
Now,
I mean,
tell
if
you,
you're
I
really
took,
snoring a lot, it'll probably help you, Wes. I don't know about it'll be a miracle, but
I had a cough. I've got some cough syrup before, with the codeine-based cough syrup. Now I drink
Liquor
that.
better for you than cough syrup.
Huh?
Liquor better for you than cough syrup.
Not better than that cough syrup I'm talking about, brother.
Better for you. I'm not saying it works better. I'm saying it's better for you.
Yeah, but I mean, that's the only thing I've ever took when I had a bad cough, that actually helped me sleep. But yeah, if this sleep study helps me and I feel like I used to, yeah, I'm going to buy another boat. If this time I want a Parker, I just don't want a big one. But that's the only boat that I've always wanted. I never got.
I mean, they look cool. The thing about Parkers is they look cool. That's why people get them, because they look cool.
And you got to ask them.
Like, you can't tell me that Bushwhacker needed a freaking Parker, because he didn't. Or you can't convince me that you can't make a case for that he needed one, because he got it because it was cool. It's a cool boat, but they ride rough. Their whole design, they're stable boats, but they're not.
Bushwhacker's boats don't ride rough, bro.
They ride rough.
Of
course, they don't ride rough in a reservoir.
No, he's talking about Parkers, Daryl. He's talking about Parkers.
Bushwhacker ain't got a Parker.
I
Yeah,
don't
he
think
does.
JR's got this dang boat experience.
he was talking- he was talking to me about
Parker's.
Parker's
Parker's
line,
pretty
yeah.
solid.
No,
boat.
he said Bushwhacker.
Parkers are an awesome boat. I never said they weren't an awesome boat. They're an extremely good vessel, but they
ride
aren't known for their smooth ride.
No,
They're
they
rough
got some
riding
deep V
vessels.
Parkers now. Parker's got a deep V version out now.
Yeah, but the one that everybody likes isn't the deep
Yeah.
V version. The one that everybody likes is the cool looking one, and it doesn't. It's a
My
rough
guess
riding boat.
Is he probably got that boat to fish Chesapeake Bay, and I think the Parker's a perfect fit for those rough seas in the wintertime fishing Chesapeake.
Wes, the boat he had from Wes is a better boat in the rough seas than the Parker. Than the Parker that he has. What does he got? A 21 footer?
A Parker.
What does he got? A 21-foot Parker?
No,
Who?
he's got a North River.
Bushwhacker.
No, he's got a
North
North River.
River, dude.
He got the same boat Scott Perry's
Oh,
got.
oh, okay,
Jeff
that's right.
Peel bought a Parker.
Jeff Peel bought the Parker.
Ah, okay, oh yeah, okay. My bad, Bushwhacker.
But that Sea Chaser I had that boat was amazing to ride. Well, Daryl's been on it, which he ain't never been out. We didn't go offshore in it, but
Best riding boat I've ever been on.
yeah, it was amazing to be. It's made by Carolina Skiff.
Mm-hmm.
But it
Yeah,
was
you
heavy.
can tell. You got a good boat when the manufacturer stopped making it because they weren't making enough money.
So my
Seriously.
buddy's got
No.
the guy.
If they're not making enough money, that was probably a good boat.
The guy I fished with the bay last year bought the exact same hull in what's called a Seahawk. They looks like twins. I don't know whether they're the same company or what, but sitting side by side, they look like twins with different names.
Yeah.
It does fish well, but it will pulling boards. It will make you sick if you're used to fishing on something that's a really, really flat, like a skiff or something. Because you got this all day long at very, very slow speeds, like at a half a mile an hour in the bay.
Yeah.
It is catch your feet all day long kind of thing.
Huh.
And this same guy has a big flat bottom skiff. It rides better than a Carolina, but it's kind of the same. I'm trying to remember the name of it. But it's a really, really nice boat. It's the guy that I won the tournament with, but we were in his boat then. But it's like a gigantic flat bottom. It's like 100 inches wide. But it's got somewhat of it almost looks like a tri-hole in the front instead of a skiff. But anyway,
Jones Brothers by chance?
it looks like a Jones Brothers, but it's a
Jones Brothers make some badass boats.
They're solid boats. No doubt
Yes,
about
sir.
it.
Yes, sir.
I can't remember, Pete. It's something Bay or not River. I can't remember.
Let me ask y'all this: is there such thing as a perfect boat?
Nope.
No.
Nope.
Nope.
Is there something that someone wants different on every boat they own? Yes.
Yes.
For
I
sure.
mean, if you're going offshore fishing, you need at least a 19-degree dead rise hull, and that boat's going to suck in the river. I mean, you're going to feel safe, but that's about it. You're not going to go anywhere. You're not going to get in any skinny water. It's not going to be the room. You're not going to have any room because all your room is the hull,
Where you're
the,
fishing,
the dead
where
rise.
you're fishing, what type of fishing you like to do, and whatever you fish most. What do you like to do the most? I guess that's the boat you go with, and try to make the best of it.
Having the freeboard's nice. It's nice being way up in the air, but it's also nice being right on the water when it comes time to throw a net. When it comes time to skip a jig under a dock, you don't want to be 5 feet up in the air standing on top of a 18-inch gunnel trying to bass fish. You want
That Sea Chaser I had never seen Tennessee. With no use for it up there. I mean,
well, Tennessee's pretty deep. I mean, there are areas that are shallow, but for the most part, the Tennessee River, that's why it's so good, is because it's deep.
There's no perfect boat, so that's why some of us own two, right, Daryl?
That's why I have a paddleboard, a kayak, and a boat.
Well, I don't own per se a big boat, but you need two here where I'm at for running the river. You got to have a jet. So
Yeah.
You tried to sell that jet.
I done sold 4 of them. I got a different one. I got.
Oh, you
Perry's
got a
now.
new one now.
I got Perry's now.
Did you get Perry's?
Yeah, I bought Perry's.
I hear you, brother.
That's the 4th one in like 3 years. But I think I'm gonna keep this one. I may end up putting a 4-stroke. I mean, only
Now that-
the Mariner.
That Mariner's that's a Mercury, right? Did
Yeah,
Mercury
it
make
runs
that? Yeah,
good.
yeah. That is a what do you call it? A OX Mercury. Those are the best Mercuries ever made. That's something
It, it
dependable as hell. Last you rest
it
your
runs
damn
really
life.
good, and he never beat the jet up on it
They
at
run like
all.
a scalded dog. I mean, what is it? What horsepower is it?
The 90,
So that converts to what for your jet?
65.
65. That's all you need. I bet you that boat's faster than any other 65 horsepower jet outboard.
The funny thing is, I never saw a boat. It's 18 foot in it because I own it now. I didn't realize it when Perry had it. But if you measure the side from the top to the bottom, it's 28 inches.
It's got 28-inch sides.
Not on the inside, but if you measure it on the outside from the bottom, which is how
Oh,
Waxer
okay.
claimed I did, yeah, it's
Right.
got the height for it to just be an 18-foot flat bottom. I
Yeah.
never seen a boat that was that deep to stand
Well,
with.
that's sort of a different type of John boat. What brand is that boat?
It's an Alumacraft from '93.
Oh, it has the square front end on it, don't it? The square bow. It doesn't have the modified bow. It's got
Well,
just
it's
square.
got a V valve on it, don't it?
No, it's
I don't
just
think
flat.
so. It's
It's
flat.
a
yeah,
flat
square.
nose.
I had an Alumacraft. I had a 1442 Alumacraft once. It was. That
I'm
boat-
amazed. I think Scott said it was either 160 or 190 thousandths on the bottom. If you look it up, it's kind of iffy on whether it's a. So there's an Alumacraft right in those years. Scott was telling me that has a space in it, and then there's just an Alumacraft altogether. And that was kind of on the break. And I think it's the older of the two we determined because one of them they had a deal where Express sued them because or Alumacraft sued Express because they were the ones that took the name. The other Alumacraft, I think, with a space turned into Express boats. Scott was
Oh, now I
telling me.
bet you that's the one.
So there was somewhere in the '90s that went on, and this one here, it just
Because I've
depends
never
on.
seen an Alumacraft with the front that's flat like that on that size boat. I've seen some Alumacrafts that are smaller that have that front. But
But the thing about this one's how
Aluma
thick
weld.
it is. Yeah, it's the perfect boat for. It may
it's not an
be like-
Alumacraft, Daryl. It's an Aluma weld.
Okay, yeah, I was saying it wrong, but
Big
either
difference.
way, the welding was the same. I mean, the spacing of the name or something was the same.
Now it's a riveted boat, correct? It's not a welded boat, right?
I ain't seen a rivet in it.
So it is a welded boat. Okay.
Yeah.
Welded boat with a square front end. Yeah, that's definitely not a Alumacraft.
Aluminum
he's
weld,
right.
JR.
Yeah, it's a Luma weld. But either way, that was
the.
the one that they had to fight over with Express. But so
I
far
gotcha.
so good. I only been out in it twice. I bought it in December, so
Aluminum weld don't make a riveted boat.
Aluma weld don't. Yeah.
No.
I mean that tracks because they're called Aluma weld. So
I don't know. Even if I change something
it's
up,
welded.
I think that's my river boat from now on. But I said that about the last two, so we'll see.
I want to go out in that thing, man.
It's a pretty cool ride.
I
Heck
tell you,
yeah.
one of the boats Daryl had, we were going. I was supposed to plan to go on with him and Todd. We were going to go up the river. We were going up the river to try to catch some big striper. And hell, I was packed up and ready to go. And then Daryl called me that night and he said, "Bud," he said, "listen," he said, "you ain't gonna be able to make it this weekend." That's why not. He said, "Well, Bill's coming up here and I can't get 4 people in the boat with the bait tank." And I said, "Well, hell, where did Bill come into the picture? I thought it was gonna be me, you, and Todd." He said, "Well, Bill's gonna pull my camper back, so I just kind of invited him fishing. So let me tell you a little secret. Don't never plan to do shit with Todd Asher and Daryl Barney because your ass will be sitting on the fucking bank."
Mm-hmm.
And it's been more than once. So I done
Oh
wrote
my
them
goodness,
off.
that's jacked up, Daryl. So
Hey, more
long
than
story
once.
short, don't make plans with Daryl, huh?
Long story
than
short, Wes had already canceled.
No, I hadn't.
Bill's name is actually David.
No,
I told him to come
David
on.
Church. I'm sorry, David.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, but no,
I
I
told
didn't
him
cancel. Didn't cancel.
Oh
Didn't
yeah.
cancel. Didn't cancel.
Well, I said
that's-
when I asked was it riveted is when he told me it was an Alumacraft. There, Corey Martin.
Yeah, I did have the name wrong. I didn't sit down and study it. But
But
All
anyway,
right, well, we're coming
Either
up
way,
on an hour.
it's a cool fishing boat. Now there's some welds on it that are suspect if Scott Perry's still on here.
Of course.
he practiced
There's some
welding aluminum on his
suspect
boat.
rod holder mounts that he made me promise not to tell who welded them, so I won't.
He welded them with that, what do you call that, Harbor Freight welder?
I call them a buzz box.
All right, well, what's your next fishing trips, guys? Where are you going next, Daryl?
I'm going to hit probably the yak and chain for crappie.
Yak chain for crappie. Okay, what about you, Pete?
I am leaving at 3 a.m. heading down the beach for 6 days. 6 days.
In the morning?
Are you
Lucky dog.
in the Cape Horn?
Yes, sir.
What you going after?
We're going after kings and bottom fish. So
Okay.
a little bit of everything.
Yeah, I know those trips. Who's going with you?
So the first trip is going to be with a couple of local boys, and I say first trip, Wednesdays with local boys, and then Thursday.
Now, is this friends or are these clients?
Just friends. It's,
okay.
I say local Norman boys.
Mm-hmm.
Thursday through Sunday, it's my yearly crew that comes with me. They book for 4 straight days. I stay with them at Airbnb, airline friends, by the way, and basically a 4-day charter. So.
There it is.
And then
there's the magic word.
If the weather is nice, then I'll have one more charter on Monday as well.
Anybody fishing that is not business? What about you, Wes?
No, I ain't got a boat. I ain't got a boat. People don't invite me no more. But boy, when I had a boat,
I'll tell you what, Wes, you're invited. Don't before you start slapping your gums. Now you're invited. Come on down this weekend.
That's what Darryl said. And that's what Pete said. And ain't been on a fucking boat since.
Come on down here Saturday morning, Lake Wiley, catfishing. So
it's a fucking catfish. She ain't coming for that.
No,
I hope I don't. I so hope I don't even hook one.
Leave me on the damn bank for that shit.
As soon as I see it, I don't care.
What about a trophy? What if it's 50 pounds? You ain't cutting
the
line
on a
100.
100-pounder, Joe.
I don't believe that as far as I can throw West.
I promise you, I'll never put one in stinking.
I promise you, you're lying. You catch a 100-pound catfish. It's coming on the boat. Not only is it coming on the boat, but you going live. It's gonna be an ordeal.
I don't care if it's your line or mine. I'm cutting it. It ain't coming.
You cut my line, I'm throwing your ass in the water.
Yeah,
I'm going to take a page out of Scott Perry's book here and say I'd rather go to a no kings parade than catfish.
Yeah, exactly.
Catfishing is not that bad, guy. JR, they're just trying to get under your skin. Don't pay them no time.
Oh, I know.
JR, let's get one more definition. Exactly what is a trophy catfish?
It's dependent on where the location. Around here, a trophy catfish on our lakes is I'd say for Lake Wiley, a trophy was 50 plus. Lake Norman, 50 plus. Watery, 50 plus. So around here, pretty much, I think the consensus would be 50 plus. Now, on the yak and chain, I'm not sure. Probably the same. Probably 50 plus. Now, some areas, it could be a 20-pound catfish could be considered a trophy, but depending on where you're at.
What about Santee?
50 plus. Yeah.
Well,
I think 50 plus
Perry's
is.
question.
What's Perry's question?
So Scott, man, the 10 to 16 pound kings by far the best tasting ones. After that, they're so. But I agree.
People that say that catch small kings. I think you catch small kings, Pete. I think that's why you say that.
I catch small kings. You're right.
Pete, what's your biggest
Bite my hook, I'll catch it.
It's like the people that say the small catfish or the small stripers, the big ones aren't as good. They're full of shit. They are. They're the same. They taste the same.
What's your definition of a big king, JR?
A big king. Oh God. Let's say. I'm gonna go oddball here. I'm gonna say 17 pounds and up is considered a big king.
Okay.
What's your biggest king, Pete?
44. Caught in a skiff. In my skiff.
Yeah. Did you get a picture? Was the camera broke? Or?
No, I definitely got a picture right here. I do. That day in particular, in my skiff, fishing by myself, I had 3 fish totaling 110 pounds.
All
So I
kings?
read a thing the other day. We were at work discussing it, and then somebody brought it up. But I read a thing about how fast mahi grow. Have y'all ever? I'm sure you have.
Fastest growing fish in the ocean.
Yes.
It's unbelievable.
JR, I actually found this picture for someone yesterday to show, so I'll send you.
Oh, he had it ready. He had it locked and loaded.
Locked and cocked.
What is it?
Hammer back,
Pete,
baby.
Had it chambered, baby.
What is it? Mahi can be full grown in what? A little over a year?
I think that's correct.
7 inches a day or something in the
Yeah,
peak.
it's stupid.
Shad grow pretty fast too. We'll see it, Pete. What are you doing?
I sent it to you.
Oh, you sent it to me. Okay.
Yeah.
He wants you to put it on the show so everybody can see it and say,
No, I
damn.
don't need to. I don't need to prove nothing to anyone. I know what I did.
A 44-pound king looks as big as you, doesn't it, Pete? Nobody can see that. I can't.
See, that's 3 fish over 110 pounds.
Yeah.
That's a good day.
Did you smoke them?
I don't remember. It's been years. As a matter of fact, the exact date was October 16th of 2016. So that's how long ago it was.
I got one more question. Do y'all think in saying the last 20 years, all species, you think fishing has gotten better or worse?
In the last how many years?
Say 20 years.
About the same.
I'd say electronics has changed the game.
Little
For the
worse.
better.
I mean, as far as like finding them and catching them, it's gotten way better. I mean, 15, 20 years ago, I mean, the best we had was I don't think the HDS, the low rants didn't come out till what, 2007. So that hasn't even been 20 years yet. So did you say 20 years ago or 15 years ago?
Didn't see in the last 20 years, I think. You said.
Oh,
Yeah, 20.
shit. Boy, that's a shot right there.
That's all right. I don't know the guy.
Pete bought his
Pete
scale
bought
at the
his scale.
same place Daryl bought that golden ruler.
What does it say? Because I can't see it.
You get comment of the night, Clinton.
There you go.
Pete bought his scale.
You think that's funny, Clinton? You ought to see these Polaroids that Wes has talking about. They're like he's got some old Polaroids of some 20-pound catfish he calls 80 pounds.
Yeah, I do. He
Let me find you one more
here you
picture
go.
here real quick, JR.
JR hates because he's catfished his whole life and ain't never caught nothing over 40 pounds.
I didn't start catfishing until like 2017, dude. 2016.
Hold on for Clinton, Maine. When you get you one of these, Clinton, you call me, buddy.
I was the
See that?
biggest striper fisherman around here up until
Get you one of those, Clinton, and call
2016.
me.
What is that? A 20-pounder?
Yeah,
17?
that's 48.5 inches.
Man, there ain't. Okay, I thought you said 48.5 pounds. Ain't no damn way that so much is 48 pounds.
You
I
lost your
found a
mind.
picture. Here you go. Coming
That's
up.
that's no more than a 20, low 20s.
You're stupid, JR. Hold on, let me get a little closer to it so you can
Yeah,
see.
You ever put a wide angle lens on there? Okay, 30s.
Its
30s.
head's as big as mine. I caught
30s.
it in July the 6th.
Daryl
Okay,
bought
now, Wes, how much was that one?
59 pounds.
59 pounds. Okay, Daryl, how much was that one?
44 in fresh.
Oh, hold on. Let me show
On
you.
okay.
July the 6th.
All right, we'll give it to you. We'll give
Okay,
it to you.
hey.
I got a couple witnesses.
I'm going to show you. I'll tell you about that.
That ain't my biggest fish, but that's my longest fish. That thing
Who,
is
Clinton said who was on the boat with you, Bushwhacker or
Todd Asher.
Todd?
Todd Asher.
Hey, Daryl, there's your 52 in fresh water.
Yeah, that one's
Yeah,
been
I
around.
see trees.
That picture's been around more than Pamela Anderson. Will.
That's right.
Damn.
Don't you wish? If you caught it, if you'd have
I
caught
don't
it,
know.
you'd have around more than Pamela
The
Anderson.
picture of
too.
Daryl holding up the cash from a couple months back.
Hey, and Todd Asher,
Hey.
Todd Asher wasn't with me on that one. I was by myself. Damn.
Well, listen, guys, if you happen to get out on the water between now and next Tuesday when we have the show again, then make sure you take a little video, some pictures or something, and we'll use it on the show. But it's been a good show. It was nice reuniting with you guys, and I guess we'll see you guys next week. Thanks for stopping by, everybody, and good night, and have a great week from the Real Fisherman.
Y'all be good. Daryl, Pete, we'll see y'all. Pete, it's good to see you again. You too, Mr. Barney.
Y'all
Yeah,
take care. Have a good
Yes,
evening.
sir. See you guys next week.
Bye-bye.